halftime in Sacktown, and the Kings put a 70-point half on the board, 71-59. Ryan, Jerry, to break it down. Jerry, nothing wrong with the Kings' offense in that first half.
No, really good offense. The ball's moving. Everybody's unselfish. You'd like to see a little bit better defense. I thought we saw stretches up there in the second quarter, but the offense is Kings doing great. Very unselfish, fun to watch.
Yeah, 100%, Jerry. And they're getting squared up to the basket, which makes such a difference when they're shooting jump shots and from the mid-range. So very refreshing.
How about the assist to turnover ratio, 21-4? That's going to win you a lot of games.
Yeah, well, when you most of them, I mean, it is true too that the Spurs are putting almost no pressure on anywhere, so right. That does help a little bit. I do think,
yeah.
If nobody bothers you, it's easier to not turn it over.
Yeah,
but I would like to see the Kings maybe bother them a little more here because I think this team, the Spurs are going to play hard. So if you could, jump on them in the third quarter here, you might have an enjoyable game.
There's a reason why the Spurs have the worst record in the Western Conference. All right, let's not sugarcoat it. There's a reason why. And, I know the Kings might be a little fatigued, 3 games and 4 nights, but they're, again, there's nothing that I've seen from the Spurs that shows me they're going to be able to slow down the Kings. The only way the Kings are going to slow down, in my opinion, Ryan, is if they slow down by themselves.
Yeah, 100%, Grant. Everybody's clicking. You're getting one of those prototypical performances where the bench shows up. So it's going to be in the Kings' hands. The Kings control their own destiny in the second half.
Yeah, how about Davion Mitchell, how well he's shooting the ball of late? I mean, really, you almost really got the feeling every time he shoots, you're really expecting to go in. Who would have thought that a few months ago?
Yeah, 4 or 5 in that first half. Yeah, he has been on a very nice streak, that's for sure.
Yeah, and the ball looks good. I mean, his misses look pretty good. So, Davion and Keon Ellis, they've really, they've got a chance to make this team a little better.
Jerry, in your experience, what do you attribute that to when all of a sudden a player, do you see any different in Davion's mechanics, or is it confidence, or is it a combination of both? I mean, why is it that a guy can go from being such a poor shooter and now all of a sudden looks like everything's completely different?
I think mostly it's confidence. I really do. I thought his technique looked a lot better early in the year. He wasn't making them as much, and I think that was, partly of playing a minute here or two or not playing for a game and that sort of thing. Getting just a regular rotation kind of thing, I think has a lot to do with it. And I think the third part, which is on this team, his teammates really do encourage him to shoot and look for him to shoot. And that makes a lot of difference. If a guy knows his teammates want him to shoot the ball.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Jerry. And I think the other thing for Davion, too, is a lot of times before he had to create his own offense going to the hoop. And like you just laid out, he's getting some open looks.
Yeah, he's not a guy that's going to create a lot of offense. I mean, he's small, but he can kind of penetrate and find others, things like that. But I think where Davion's kind of learning that his main role is to guard the crap out of people and then spot up and take advantage of double teams on Domas or Fox or somebody. And
I've always amazed sometimes when I look at NBA box scores, and that's why you have a bench. But the Kings put 71 points on the scoreboard in the first half, and yet they got nothing from 2 of their starters. Kevin Huerter played 9 minutes and did not score. Keegan Murray played 12 minutes. And I'm looking at Keegan Murray's stat line, and I'm nitpicking here. He played 12 minutes, and he only made 1 basket, but he has no rebounds. He has no assist. I mean, is it because of what the other guys are doing, or what do you see in Murray's first half here?
Well, I just don't think he's been involved much. I think that's a true statement. I mean, I think it's going so easy for others that only one person can shoot at a time, and really you can't fault anything that's going on out there. And I think Keegan,
that's true.
And Keegan kind of depends on guys getting him shots a little bit and getting him the ball, and so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have a good. Yeah, I can't say he's forced anything or did anything wrong necessarily.
Hey, Yeah,
Yeah, Coach
Ryan, I
Harris,
wanted to ask
you know.
you. I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
The one nice thing about Murray, I use the analogy almost to like a bat, and I'm not saying Keegan's in a slump, but in baseball, a lot of times you'll see a batter go through a slump, but you say, well, he still takes his field with him, takes his glove with him to the field, meaning that
Damn
their
right.
defense is very good. That's the one consistent I see with Murray.
100%, Grant. You just hit the nail on the head. He has brought that every single night when the offense is not going well. And it's not just bringing it. The Kings turned him. I mean, you could almost make an argument he's their defensive rock of that starting five. So it's an excellent point taken there. And I think the Kings probably would have tried to get him going more because they made an effort to go to Herter, go to Barnes early, but it just started flowing for everybody.
I wanted to ask you guys, Jerry, please follow up on that.
No, I do think. I mean, with Keegan, I mean, he really has become their defensive stopper in a way because he's long and they put him on a lot of different guys. I thought, for instance, last night he had 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. I thought it was one of the most productive 7-point games I've seen.
Yes.
I mean, really, there's different ways to be valuable, as Ryan pointed out. And I thought he hadn't been this game yet, but he certainly was last night.
I wanted to just take a step aside from this game for a second. Did you see the game-ending block by Anthony Edwards to preserve the victory for Minnesota tonight against Indiana? That's one of the best defensive plays that I've seen. I have to go all the way back to the NBA Finals where LeBron James ran the full length of the court for the rejection, which was a key sequence in the Cavaliers winning the world championship. Did either of you see that block by Anthony Edwards tonight?
No, I didn't. I was watching Dallas and them, but I didn't see that.
You'll see it because it's going to be everywhere. It's one of the great defensive plays that I've seen in years, and I really mean that. So you'll see it, and we'll talk about it during the next game because I know you will see it because it's going to be everywhere.
Well, I do think, one thing about it is with if Karl Anthony Towns is out a long time, the only thing that means is Edwards will score more. I mean, he's capable, and really Naz Reid stepping in as a starter, I think makes him better defensively. That's what worries me.
Jerry,
by the way, Dallas. Go ahead, Ryan. I just wanted to update everyone that Dallas won. Phoenix is up by 10 with 6 minutes left to go in the fourth, and the Warriors are currently playing. I just wanted to update the scoreboard, but go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I was going to say, in some ways, I think with Towns out, it presents a worse matchup for the Kings with Naz Reid going into the starting lineup, Jerry.
Oh, I do too. Absolutely agree.
Great point.
The only thing that you gain is the Timberwolves by having to play Reid as a starter. You don't have him on the bench as a key guy on the bench, so they get a little thinner. But I think the matchup. Great point. I just think it's a really tough matchup.
All right, let's get some predictions here in the second half. Ryan, I'll start with you. What's going to be the final score tonight? You hit it. By the way, you were spot on the other night, Jerry. At halftime against the Lakers, he said the final would be 130 to 120, and it was. So the stipend is in the mail. I told him just make sure you go out and look at the mailbox every day.
He's a damn marvel. That's all you can say.
Hey, I'm sure hoping the checks are half as much as your guys' checks from Nike. So if we're in that park, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Kings 134, Spurs 99.
I think I'll go Kings 132, Spurs 108.
I think things are going to slow down a little bit in the second half for Sacramento, but they're easily going to win this game. I'm going to say they're going to win this game 127 to 108.
Okay.
There you have it. 127 to 108.
We
got a lot of predictions. Is anyone picking the Spurs to win this game? Get nobody, right?
But they shouldn't, and there's no reason that Spurs should win this ball game. So, Kings got to come out and get the ball pressure going, pick up a little sooner. Don't even let them have a dream about winning a game. Don't even let them cross their mind that they could win. Got
to be third quarter, Ryan. Come out of the gate,
Amen.
Make a statement, Jerry, you've been doing a lot of work today. I'm impressed. 4:00 now at halftime. Are you tired?
It's taking its toll on me. But I'll fight through it just for you guys.
You're the best.
All right, Jerry.
right.
Enjoy your evening and enjoy the second half.
I will do both and you guys enjoy the post game, and I hope you got some enjoyable stuff to talk about.
All right.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
stuff. Rhino, I think we're going to have another Light the Beam show tonight, and the Kings are going to need to win because Dallas has already won, and it looks like Phoenix is going to win. So you're going to need to win this game just to keep position with everybody in the West.
Excellent point, Grant. Keep an eye on Golden State as well. That game going on, and Kings hold court. It's what they need to do.
All right. We'll see you in a little more than an hour right here. If you don't like that, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. And again, we'll talk to you in a little more than an hour right here on If You Don't Like That.